Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. Can everyone hear me? Just go to chat. And,
Yes.
okay. Can you all see the screen?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, looks
Yeah.
good.
Alright, so today we are going to have a webinar about choosing a right learning instruction for effective online teaching and learning. So I will call this webinar is a sharing session, okay, where I use all my experience based on my learning, based on my reading. So I would like to share with all of you about how we are going to choose a right learning instruction using RT model. Okay, so we can see the code here. Okay, when it comes to e-learning, content means everything. If e-learning content is most masterful design, all the rest will just go down to the drain. Okay, so we need to design our learning content so that our learning, okay, will become effective. Okay, so next slide. Okay, so this is about me. So before I've done my bachelor in accounting at UUM, and then I did my master in TVET education at UTHM, and then my PhD in instructional system development, which is educational technology at USM. Okay, and Dr. Azida is my co-supervisor. Okay, so my research interests are in educational technology, e-learning, and flipped classroom, TVET, and accounting education. Okay, so before I've been working at polytechnic institutions, where I've been working at Polytechnic Kuching Sarawak at Commerce Department in accountancy program for about almost 10 years. Okay, and then I continue my studies, and then I've been posting back to Polytechnic Tuanku Sultan Brahmiyah, Kulim, also in Commerce Department and accountancy program. Okay, and then currently, okay, start from September 2018, I am at a School of Educational Studies under Educational Technology program, okay, at USM. So based on my previous institution, I'm a head of e-learning center at Polytechnic. So we are doing e-learning at Polytechnic since 2016. Okay, so we have our LMS, just same with USM, which we have e-learning, e-learn. Okay, so based on my experience at my previous Polytechnic and also at USM, just 1.5 years. So I would like to share, okay, how we are going to design our online teaching and learning so that our class will become effective. If any of you have any comments, you can just comment in the chat box. Okay, if you have anything to share, okay, in this webinar, you also can just put in the chat box. Then you can open your mic and just share what you want to share. Okay, so because this is a sharing session, so I hope this webinar will give you an idea, okay, on how to design your teaching and learning. So you can see here a quick survey. Okay, so this quick survey, what I need you to do is just type this link in your what we call a browser. Okay, and then you need to answer the survey. Okay, just type this link, or I will paste this link in chat box. Okay, so you can see there. So you can just go to the link. Okay, copy the link, go to your browser, and then paste in your browser here. Okay, so you can answer the question. Okay, so we have here, do you design your online teaching and learning? Okay, and then next, how effective your online teaching and learning? Approximately how many percent? Okay, so you can put 100% if your online teaching and learning is effective, or you can put any other percent, just approximately how many percent, okay, that your online teaching and learning class are effective. Okay. Okay, so we have here. Okay, so most of our response, okay, design, okay, their online teaching and learning. Okay, there we can see here. Okay, we're still accepting the response, so I'll give you around 3 minutes, okay, to just submit a simple survey, okay, about participant today. Okay, so most of you design your online teaching and learning, is very good. Okay, maybe you have your own format of designing your own teaching and learning, what we call online teaching and learning. Okay, then we have here the most highest percent is 30.8%. Okay, 70% effective. Okay, so means 70% effective is a high percentage of effectiveness of your online teaching and learning. So this is very good. Okay, so all of you have your own design. Okay, just today is a sharing session, so it might give you an idea on how to design your online teaching and learning. Okay, so less than 10% we have here. Okay, maybe only one respondent. Okay, less than 10% mean which is not effective. Okay, so we have here lots of our participants. Okay, here we have 80%, okay, effective. Okay, and then 70%, so around 80 to 70%. Okay, most of our participants. Okay, so maybe I can learn something from you also. Okay, so we are going to learn, okay, from from me and from you. We are going to learn, okay, something today. Okay, so I hope this can be this webinar can give you an idea on how to design using the ADRI model. Okay. Okay, next we have another quick survey. Okay, so also the same, you just type this link. Okay, another quick survey. Okay, I've put in the meeting chat. Okay, so you can just click the link. Okay. Okay, for those who just joined the meeting, okay, so we are still doing a quick survey. on our participant today, so we can share the information we have today, okay, about all the participants that attending this webinar today. Okay. Next, we are going to see the results. Okay, for the results about the quick survey just now. Okay, this is the result. It's a little bit slow. Okay, still loading. Okay, so here we have the result. Okay, this is I create a poll using polljunkie.com. Okay, maybe this one you can use for creating a poll. Okay, because this can accept more than 100 response. Okay, for the real-time polls. Okay, so what type of device are you using right now? So most of our participants are using a laptop, and 26% are using mobile phone, and then we have iPad and tablet. Okay, so okay, for those who are using mobile phone, you also can answer the survey. Okay, because I just give you a link in the chat, meeting chat. Okay, so most of our participants are using laptop. Okay, so we don't have any problem lah. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, we have done our quick survey today. So I know most of my participants today maybe much more expert than me. Okay, so maybe you can share, okay, at the end of this webinar with all of us what you have done. Okay, something different, okay, from what I will talk today. Okay, so what is instructional design? Okay, so we have lots of definitions, okay, and also have lots of what we call technical terms about instructional design. Okay, so in a simple word, okay, what we call instructional design is the creation of instructional material modules or lesson. Okay, so the creation means we are going to create an instructional material, module or lesson. This is what we all are doing right now. Okay, we are creating an instructional materials, modules or lessons. Okay, so this is instructional design. Okay, a creation. So you are creating. So when you are creating an instructional material, module and lessons, so you are, okay, instructional designer. Okay, so this is who you are, an instructional designer. Okay, although we are in a different field, maybe some of you are in engineering, medical, and then we have social science, education. So all of us are instructional designer. Okay, because we are creating a module, a lesson. Okay, so is this a career for you? Okay, of course, this is a career for you. Okay, so you can send your feedback here. Okay, here I have the link here. Okay, http://gg.gg IW83J. Okay, so I will also paste this link, okay, in meeting chat, okay, in the chat box, so you can hear. So I paste it twice. Okay, if you cannot see in the chat box, so you can just type here http, okay, //gg.gg IW83J. Okay, this is J for Jordan. Okay, So here you can give a feedback. Okay, any feedback you want to write, okay, or you want to share. Okay, if you cannot see the chat box, you can just write your feedback here. Okay, so we can see feedback that have been given by okay, all the participants here. Okay. Okay, so here you can just what we call write your feedback, any feedback or any comment. Okay, here, so everybody can see the feedback. Okay, so we have 5 response here. Okay, social design is a means to end for me. Okay, no, yes. Okay, everything is just fine, new experience. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so this also can be one of the tools that you can use for engaging your student in online, okay, lesson. Okay, so you just use a Google form, give them a link, and then you can see their what we call response. Okay, so if you use Google form, okay, it can be used for students who have medium or low bandwidth of internet access. Okay, so for those students who don't have a high internet access, high bandwidth of internet access, okay, they can just use you can just use Google form, and you can see your student response, okay, immediately. Okay, just WhatsApp the link. Okay, so you just have the link. Okay, shorten the link. Okay, so because the link is very long, just shorten the link, and then you WhatsApp your student the link for Google Form. Okay, so this is one of the alternative that you can get real-time response from your student. Okay, for example, you are giving a webinar or you are giving a video conferencing, okay, for your lesson, and then your student have medium or low bandwidth. Okay, they can just hear your lesson or your audio, but they cannot respond, okay, in the chat box or meeting chat. Okay, or they cannot respond, okay, verbally to you. Okay, so you can use Google Form. Okay, this is one of the tools, okay, for medium and low bandwidth internet access. Okay. Okay, next, instructional design. Okay, so after we know what is instructional design, okay, a creation. So for us to create a lesson, we need to have a process or steps. Okay, so that's why if you have a process or steps, then you can have an effective online teaching and learning. Okay, means your flow of implementation is very smooth. Okay, starting from your analysis until your evaluation. Okay, if you don't have a design on the process or step of instructional design, okay, so maybe there is something happen, okay, that you cannot proceed to the next step. Okay, for example, you don't have any design or any process, okay, of the flow of your online teaching and learning. Okay, something happen in the middle of your lesson, and then you don't know how to proceed to the next step. Okay, so what is instructional design process? Okay, so this is instructional design process. Okay, okay, it is I will make this slideshow. Okay. It consists of determining the needs of the learner. Okay, means you have to determine, okay, what is the needs of your student. Okay, we cannot, you cannot just implement your online teaching and learning without knowing what is the needs of your students. Okay, first thing you need to know is what is the needs of your students. Okay, you cannot implement anything, any instructional, any lesson without knowing the needs of your students. Okay, and then defining the ends, goals and objective. Okay, so this is your LO, your learning objective. Okay, every lesson need to have a learning objective. Okay, and that lesson need to achieve, student need to achieve the lesson learning objective. Okay, so this one you need to have. Okay, you can create a simple learning objective so that to make sure, okay, student achieve that learning objective after your online teaching and learning lesson. Okay, and then we have designing and planning assessment tasks. So you need to design what assessment or what task you are going to give to your student. Okay, you cannot just give a lecture without giving any task or assessment. So if you just give a lecture to the student and we don't know what are the learning objective that the student achieve from that lecture. Okay, so we are giving a video conferencing. Okay, and then we just talk in the video conferencing, give a lecture, and then when it come to the end, you just end the video lecture or video conferencing, and then ask the student to ask question in the WhatsApp group or in the other platform. Okay, and the student don't ask any question. That means the student didn't understand what you are talking, okay, about in the video lecture or in the video conferencing. Okay, so when we do online teaching and learning, okay, the most important part also planning a task, okay, or assessment. Just a simple task also can be done, okay, to know that our student achieve the learning objective of our online teaching and learning. Okay, and then we have here designing teaching and learning activities to ensure the quality of instruction. Okay, so you are going to design what type of activity that you are going to give to your student. Okay, so for online teaching and learning activities, there's lots of tools, then there is a lot of platform, okay, that give an interactive, okay, learning activity that you can choose and give to your student. Okay, so student don't have any problem, okay, to explore the platform or the tools. Okay, maybe we as a lecturer have a problem because we have lots of work to do. We have a lot of classes, assessment, research paper, research grant. So that's why, okay, we need to ask our student, okay, to do the online teaching and learning activities, okay, and ask them to explore and do their own activities then. Okay. Okay, next. This is teaching online. Okay, what I thought I would do. Okay, this one we as a lecturer thought we can do. Okay, and then what other people think I do. Okay, and then what I actually do. Okay, so this is what happened. We are feeling tired of online teaching and learning because we are comfortable or used with face-to-face or in classroom teaching and learning. Okay, because when we're comfortable with that environment, okay, we don't feel tired. Okay, but with this new teaching and learning environment, actually some of us might be tired. Okay, because we do lots of new things. Okay, and then our workload also, okay, has been increased, okay, because of this teaching online. Okay, so whatever it is, this is what we must do. Okay, we don't have a choice. Okay, so although you are tired, okay, for online teaching and learning, the most important is try and error. Okay, when you design your online teaching and learning, what you need to do is try and error. Okay, for your first design maybe, okay, it could not be that effective. For the second and third design, okay, then you can your online teaching and learning can be most effective. Okay, and your student get to achieve the learning outcome. Okay, so this is what happened to our student. Okay, when we do video conferencing, okay, of course they are watching us, we are watching them, we see their face, okay, but they are boring, okay, because we are giving a lecture, okay, without hands-on activities. Okay, just like what I've given here. Okay, just a lecture. Okay, actually I would like to do an hands-on activity with all of you. Okay, if I have time. Okay, so that everybody are not so boring. Okay, so this is what our student will be if we don't engage them in our online teaching and learning. Okay, and then this is what we want our student. Okay, they feel happy, okay, to see our lesson online. They feel happy to do our online teaching and learning. Okay, our topic, our class. Okay, and they feel they have achieved something. Okay, when they can complete the task you are given for them in your lesson. Okay, and then okay, this come back to this one. Okay, so this is the important part. Okay, where you need to design clearly, have a process and steps. Okay. Okay, so this is ADDIE model. Okay, this model is a basic model of instructional system development. Okay, to develop a product or to develop instructional material. Okay, we can use this ADDIE model, and we'll have a lot of instructional system development model. Okay, so this one I would like to use for designing, okay, our online teaching and learning. Okay, so we are going to start with analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. So we have 5 phases. Okay, so maybe for the first time you can just jot down, okay, your design. So when you use to design your online teaching and learning, so you don't have to list, okay, you don't have to write or you don't have to sketch about your design. Okay, you can design it, okay, in your own, just same with face-to-face online teaching and learning in the classroom. Okay, because you are comfortable with that kind of teaching and learning, and then you are used with that environment. Okay, so you don't have to design. Okay, you can go to the class, give lecture, and give tasks for student to complete, and then you end the class. Okay, so you already have the design, okay, before. Okay, now you need to design a new environment of teaching and learning, that is online teaching and learning. Okay, so what are the challenges, okay, that you face when you do online teaching and learning? So can you just click, can you just go to this link? Okay, means you type, okay, http://gg iw83j. Okay, this is a feedback response. Okay, so just go here, okay, to this link. Okay, I'll try to paste again. Okay. Okay, so here you can go to this link, okay, and then just a response, okay, to this simple question. Okay, online teaching and learning challenges. What challenges that you have faced during this online teaching and learning? Okay, so maybe we can hear. Okay, so here we have. Okay, still accepting response. Okay. So I will check here the what we call response. Okay, so there is a response for those who have an issues of audio issues here. Okay, so audio issues means there is your network. Okay, is it at the low bandwidth or in the medium bandwidth? Okay, so okay, so we have here internet connection, student cannot focus, internet stability. Okay, so this is the most important. Okay, internet stability. So when our internet stability is in a low bandwidth, okay, so student cannot hear. Okay, you also cannot hear. Okay, maybe you should turn off your video and your mic. Okay, so this is a suggestion that I've read. Okay, before when you do a video conferencing, okay, if you as an audience, okay, as a participant, okay, cannot hear or have an audio what we call problem, okay, you can just off your video, okay, and also your microphone, okay, but you can still listen to the what we call facilitator or to the okay, to anybody who talks in the webinar, okay, or in a video conferencing. Okay, okay, sometimes the picture is not clear. Okay, maybe also because of the low bandwidth. Okay, internet connection. But when that happen, I will switch to WhatsApp or Telegram instead of live meeting. Yes. Okay. So that's why we need to design in an early stage. Okay, what type of material or what type of application that we are going to use. Okay, because we are planning to do video conferencing. Okay, but sometimes, okay, our own internet bandwidth also at a low level. Okay, same with me. Okay, because sometimes when I do video conferencing, okay, suddenly my internet networking is lost. Okay, then I need to connect back. Okay, so this is what we call internet connection. Okay, and then no response. Okay, just our student will not respond in video conferencing. But when you switch to WhatsApp or you switch to chat, okay, students are going to respond. Okay, you can try it. Okay, but you have to design from the early stage. You are going to use WhatsApp. Okay, don't use too much application. Okay, make it simple. Okay, when your design is simple, okay, and the material you use is simple, then student will engage or will respond. Okay, and then we have not sure student are listening or not. Okay, of course, because they are just watching us in video conferencing. Okay, I watch what we call a short video in Facebook. Okay, there is a student just record, okay, him watching video conferencing. Okay, he record his face and then he put the phone in front of the webcam. So the lecturer see he or his student, okay, her or his student, okay, are watching them, okay, in video conferencing, but the student are not watching. Okay, they just put a phone with their face recording, watching video conferencing. Okay, that's one way of the student want to cheat of attending a video conferencing class. Okay. Okay, show video lecturer face or show slides only. Okay, task participant from student, amount of time. Okay, that's why we are lecturer, we have a lot of workload. Okay, so we will discuss in designing. Okay, we have a lot of time. Okay, so we make it slowly in this webinar. Okay. Administrator disable your chat. I can't ask question. Getting effective. Okay, this one you can use this response. If cannot see the chat. Okay. Okay, web page zoom be increased. The text is a bit small to read. Okay. Okay, so we have here. Tak Zida is commenting there. Suara perlahan sangat. Oh, ada yang dengar dengan jelas, ada yang suara perlahan. Okay. So this is what we call the audio, different audio. So sometimes we can listen clearly, okay, from the what we call facilitator, okay, but sometimes we cannot hear clearly, okay, what the facilitator talk, okay. So here what we can see, okay, you can just change your mic. Okay, not using the built-in speaker, you can use what we call headphone. Okay, or if you use headphone, you cannot hear clearly, you have to use the built-in speaker. Okay, so this is an audio what we call problem. Okay, when we do a video conferencing. Okay, so this one, okay. Technical problem. Okay, that's why some of us cannot do a video conferencing with more than 30 students. Okay, because we are going to have a problem like this. Okay, so not everybody will participate or can hear what we say. Okay, but for this one, Microsoft Teams, we can record, okay, our lecture. Okay, for example, you give a lecture in Microsoft Teams, you can record it. Okay, and then the video lecture you can give to your student. Okay, but that is just a simple lesson. Okay, you give a lecture, student listen to your lecture, that's it. Okay, so there we have a different learning outcome. Okay, for those who attending your lesson in video conferencing, and for those who just watch your video lecture. Okay, they're not attending your video conference, but just watch your video lecture. Okay, so that is a difference, okay, between our student. Okay, so we have, okay, we can just see this one. Okay, so at 11 I will start what we call design, okay, using ADI model. Okay, and then poor internet connection. Okay, this is what kemampuan untuk pelajar perkara yang kita ajar. This one. Okay, both side lag between audio and visual. Okay, so when you design, you are not going to design just video conferencing. Okay, there is lots of other platform, lots of other material that you can use. Okay, and then limited internet bandwidth. This is the most problem, okay, for video conferencing, okay, but for others, okay, it's not a problem, okay. For example, WhatsApp, you don't have any problem if you're in a low bandwidth, or you can what we call use Google Form, also in a low bandwidth. You can just give a link, student open the link and they can answer the question in a link, or they can give feedback, okay, using a Google Form link, okay. Okay, and then we have okay, creating high quality video, okay. So the challenges is to create high quality video, okay. So high quality video, okay, that is very challenging because I also use a simple what we call software to create a video, okay. To create high quality video, we need time, okay. So you need to focus. If you want to do animation, if you want to do transition or any others, you need to focus, okay. Really focus to do it so you can do it, okay. So we have our Sifu of educational technology of learning material, Prof. Karim, okay, who create a very high quality video, okay, because he put a lot of effort, he put a lot of time to create that kind of quality video, okay. So that's why, okay, if you have time, okay, if you have patience in doing that, so you can create a high quality video, okay. But if you cannot, you don't have time, okay, just a simple video that student can hear clearly and see whatever material that you are showing in the video lecture, okay. And then line problem, of course, okay, internet connection, low bandwidth sometime, okay. Then we have, okay, oh, there are some people who cannot send a reply to chat box, okay. So when you cannot reply to chat box means that is an internet bandwidth, okay, maybe your internet bandwidth is low, okay. When you use your phone, okay, sometimes if you use your phone, it's much better, okay, when you use laptop, okay. If you use phone to what we call video conferencing, okay, it's much better than use laptop, okay. But there is no what we call interactive icon there, just a simple basic icon, the post, the file, the chat, okay, you can chat there, okay. So if you cannot use laptop, you can use your phone, but you need to install your Microsoft Teams apps first, okay, then only you can join the class. You can use laptop and phone, okay, at the same time, okay, you don't have problem, okay. Just sign in using USM account, okay. Time consuming for preparing record lecture, okay. So this is the problem lah, okay, because we have a lot of workload to do, okay. So and then okay, so that is the challenges, okay, that I have get from what we call our participant today, okay. Cannot get student cue body language, that's why, okay. If you do video conferencing, okay, it is not suitable, okay, to get student body language, okay. If you cannot see their body language, you can see their writing language, typing language, okay. Our student is a keyboard warrior, okay. So you can see how they type, how they give answer, okay, if we give a task or question in the chat, okay, and we say to them, okay, this, okay, you will take mark, okay, you give mark, okay, for student who actively engage, okay. So when it comes to marks, student will actively engage, okay. so you don't have any problem. Okay, and then okay, so far okay. Okay, so okay, and then we go to the next slide. Okay, so maybe I need to okay. Okay, so this is the first one. Okay, so can we see the chat? Okay, before we go to the slide for designing. Okay, maybe we have some. Okay. Okay, big file. Even after I have compressed, okay, many times fail to upload to e-learning. Okay, if big file you cannot upload to e-learning, you can just give a link. Okay, means you save your big file in the Google Drive. Okay, then you can give the link to the student. Okay, you don't have to upload. Okay, just insert link. Okay, you upload the material. If student click the link, means student are using the e-learn. Okay, and then it will make the hits. Okay, hits means student who click the link. Okay, so they are using e-learn. So you don't have to worry if you cannot upload. Okay, a big file. That big file save or upload in your Google Drive, and then share the link with student. Okay, then we can see meeting chat. Okay, I'm also cannot it's not very clear. Okay, at my desktop about the meeting chat. Okay, okey, ada gangguan skrin sebelah kiri tengah ada ikon tutup perkataan. Okey, dah hilang. Okay, and then we have feedback related to what? Okay, so I've posed a question, and then I would like the participant to give feedback. Okay, and also any feedback you want to give that you cannot use this meeting chat, you can use the feedback link. Okay, so we have feedback link there. Okay, okay, so we're here, and then we have any other question. Okay, okay, we can record but need to download from MicroStream. Yes, student don't have direct access to the recorded video. Okay, when you can record, you can download in Microsoft Stream. Okay, student don't have direct access to the recorded video. Yes, they have to also, you give them the link. Okay, so at Steam, okay, you have the link. Okay, so with that link you can share the video with the to the student. Okay, how do you teach using IG and WhatsApp? Okay, so we have question here. Okay, IG and WhatsApp. Okay, how do you teach using IG? Okay, I've done an IG presentation. Okay, my student in a tutorial class. Okay, so for using IG, okay, you need to do live IG. Okay, when you do live IG, okay, a student can interact there. Okay, so students are very active when you use IGs. Okay, when you use live IGs, they are active there. They type anything they want to type. They ask questions. Okay, they discuss. Sometimes they will talk about something else, but we have as a facilitator, okay, we need to control the chatting. Okay, so that student will ask a question related to the presentation. Okay, so that's how we use IG Live. Okay, because if you want to upload a video in IG, it's a very short video. Okay, or you can just give link to IGs, and then student will what we call watch the video, and then they will interact in the live IGs. Okay, so if you use live IGs, I think in the low bandwidth of internet, they also can what we call they can interact. Okay, when because they always interact in the IGs in their phone. Okay, so don't have any problem. Okay, WhatsApp also. Okay, in a WhatsApp, you need to do a video lecture. Okay, that's it. Using a video lecture. Okay, so when you use a video lecture, okay, make sure, okay, you record first a video lecture, just same like video conferencing. You are giving a lecture, but you record. Okay, not in a video conferencing. Okay, using screencasts or using any other tools. Okay, I will show you the tools, but to do it, okay, we need to do another workshop. Okay, inshallah, I will do a workshop about developing video, task-based video lecture. Okay, so the date and time I didn't know yet. Okay, so organizer will arrange it. Okay, so today I will just introduce to you, okay, about the tools. Okay, what tools you can use. Okay, and then you can explore. Okay, if you don't have time to explore, what you can do is ask your student to explore, okay, and make them complete the task using all the tools. Okay, so student will explore all the tools, and when they presenting their task, okay, they are using the tools, and you also can know how to use the tools because student present to you how to use the tools. Okay, so but you need to guide the student. Okay, you need to give what we call a resource, okay, to the student, okay, to explore, because our student don't know how to find a resource to explore. Okay, how to find a link, a website to explore. So we need to give them a website, let them explore. Okay, so my first semester student, okay, they are very tech savvy, technology savvy. Okay, because when I just give them a link for them to explore, they will explore, and they do the apps, they do websites, okay, they do live IG, okay, they do presenting using they do presentation using WhatsApp, Powtoon. Okay, so we don't have to teach them, but they will use it. Okay, or you can give a student assignment or task, okay, to create an instructional material, but the lecturer need to give the content. Okay, so student can do animation, okay, student can do apps, but for video lecture, the lecturer need to give that video lecture, need to talk, need to give the lecture. Okay, you cannot use student presentation as a video lecture. Okay, so video lecture, it a must of a lecturer to give that lecture in a video lecture. Okay, student cannot give a video lecture. Okay, maybe student have their what we call presentation video. Okay, they do a presentation video, and that video, what we call suitable with your content. Okay, so you take the video, and then next semester give that video to your student as a video lecture. So that is not a video lecture. Okay, video lecture, the lecturer must give the lecture because you are the what we call lecturer. Okay, you are the expert of the content. Okay, our students are not expert yet. Okay, but they can use all the material to help you to do a instructional material. okay, such as apps, animation. Okay, that is not a video lecture, but a tools that help student to revise or help student to study back, okay, about what have you been giving a lecture. Okay. Okay, so we have 3 minutes more. Okay, we have the Tazida organizer, okay, who answer all the question. Okay. Thank you so much, Tazida. Okay, so this one. Okay, first we start with analysis. Okay, analyze. Okay, first of all, you need to have your learning objective on that lesson. Okay, for example, for 2 hours. Okay, and how much the SLT of the 2 hours. Okay, so on that week. So for example, on that week you have 2 hours lesson. Okay, what is the learning objective? Okay, for me at USM, okay, I have just once teach what we call undergraduate student. Okay, so most of my classes are postgraduate, okay, master and EDD student. Okay, we have just 4 to 5 students. Okay, and most of my class are tutorial classes, okay, which I have only 30 students per class. Okay, so I don't what we call have experience, okay, on more than 30 or more than 100 students. Okay, so maybe that experience, okay, difference with my experience. Okay, but maybe we can help, okay, or we can give an idea for you on how you are going to do effective online teaching and learning. Okay, sometimes we don't have ideas. That's why our design, okay, are not effective. Okay, but when we have an idea about something, then we can change our design. Okay, first of all, you need to have a learning objective first. Okay, in your lesson, what you want your student to achieve after you give a lecture. Okay, we don't want the objective is just student are able to listen to the lecture. Okay, so just listen, don't have anything. Okay, we don't want that. We want our student are able to explain, to draw, to create. Okay, not in synchronized online learning. Okay, maybe they can use their SLT to do the work and then just present or just submit the link, okay, in a WhatsApp group. Okay, then you can discuss in the next class. Okay, so that is learning objective. Okay, not too much learning objective. Just if you have many learning objective, make sure the task is simple. Okay, if the task is very hard for student to complete within, for example, 2 hours or 4 hours time, means you have to reduce the learning objective. Okay, on that particular lesson, okay, on that day lah. And then student, you need to analyze student. Okay, the device. So you can just give a simple short survey to your student. What type of device are they using? Okay, mobile phone, laptop, tablet. So that when you want to design your online teaching and learning, you know what type of application or tools that that you are going to use. Okay, for example, if you use laptop, okay, and student don't have laptop, okay, and then they cannot go to that online teaching and learning. Okay, so you make sure it's compatible between the mobile phone and laptop. Okay, but I think most of the mobile phone or smartphone, okay, now same the what we call interface or the desktop is just same with the laptop or tablet. Okay, we don't have any problem. Okay, because our student mobile phone is very advanced compared to us lecturer. Okay, lecturer. So lecturer mobile phone is not very advanced, but our student mobile phone is very advanced. Okay, you can see their their brand of mobile phone. Okay. And then internet connection. Okay, if you know that your student bandwidth is all low, means you need to do a low bandwidth, okay, instruction. Okay, you need to design an instruction with low bandwidth. Okay, if they don't have internet connection, don't have access, okay, so you cannot do anything on online teaching and learning. You need to do manually. Okay, you need to what we call post. Okay, you need to post the what we call time drive or the what we call notes. Okay, so that is for no internet connection. Okay, but most of our students have mobile data. Okay, so they will use their mobile data although they don't have Wi-Fi. Okay, because they are always WhatsApp. Okay, they always what we call scroll the IG, comment in the IG. Okay, so that's why we know that our students have the mobile data. But maybe when our students go back to their hometown, okay, and then there is maybe they don't have line. Okay, at their kampung tu, balik kampung tak ada line. Okay, so maybe we have problem there. Okay, but you need to ask your student, although they have mobile data or line at their what we call hometown. Okay, so if they have mobile data, means you can use a low bandwidth instruction. Okay, internet level high, medium or low. Okay, and then the lecturer, you also need to analyze yourself. Okay, what type of device that you are using? Okay, and then how about your internet connection? Do you have a Wi-Fi network? Okay, and then or you just use mobile data? Okay, just like me, I'm just using mobile data. Okay, so maybe inshallah next week, okay, the Unify will come and install the network for me. Okay, because PKP, okay, they cannot come on that time. Okay, and then level internet connection high, medium, low. Okay, if mobile data is either medium or low. Okay, and also can be high. Okay, depends on what type of mobile data plan that you purchase, that you subscribe. Okay, if you use Digi or Celcom or something, okay, it depends on the place. Okay, is it Celcom internet connection is very high or low? Okay, so you have to analyze yourself. Okay, what type of internet connection, level of internet connection, and capabilities, competency, and skills. Okay, do you have the capabilities, competency, and skills of doing the instructional material? Okay, so if you don't have competencies or skills, then you can learn just a basic, okay, basic skills. Okay, very simple skills, very simple apps. Okay, just use that. Okay, and then with that simple apps and skills, okay, you can create an instructional material. Okay, okay, instructional material. Okay, next. Okay, can we look at the chat? Okay, sometimes people are chatting. Okay, then we have response. Okay, so for chat, okay, if you cannot hear my voice clearly, okay, as I said just now, it is a technical problem. Okay, maybe of your speaker or your mic. Okay, sometimes when you use hear Webex, okay, you can hear Webex clearly, but Microsoft Teams you cannot hear clearly. Okay, as I said just now, it's a technical problem. Okay, maybe on this time, okay, your bandwidth is low or at medium level. Okay, Webex clearly you can hear. Maybe it's at high level of internet bandwidth. Okay, and then for chat, I think Dr. Azida have there. Okay, answer all the question. Okay, thank you, Dr. Azida. Okay, so after you analyze, okay, so this is, for example, the learning objective. Okay, for my class, for EDD student, for example, okay, for these 2 hours lecture and SLT 2 hours, we have explained project assumption with example, draw diagram, create interactive project diary, conduct 1 kick-off meeting. Okay, explain. I asked them to explain only less than 2 minutes. Okay, they need to summarize and explain project assumption in less than 2 minutes with example. Okay, they can do what we call flip grid, and also they use their phone. Because in my class, I have one student who the internet connection is very, very low. Okay, he need to go to his school, okay, to get high internet connection. Okay, at his house, it's very low. Okay, so I asked him to just record your video, okay, using your phone, less than 2 minutes. I give them the material. Okay, they just look at the material and explore any other material and explain, less than 2 minutes, and then submit. And then draw diagram. Okay, so a diagram is very simple diagram, just in 1 page. Okay, they need to draw the diagram. Okay, and they have the material of assemble a team member. Create interactive project diary. Okay, interactive project diary, we have lots of what we call tools. Okay, lots of platform that student can use, okay, to create interactive project diary. So they are not creating it from the scratch. They use the template, just what we call copy and paste the content into the project diary. Okay, and they can create it within a minute. Okay, so because it is just a template, but of course they need to explore first. They need to look at the tutorial first. Okay, so I ask my student to choose, okay, user friendly, free and easy, okay, interactive project diary. Okay, they managed to get an apps with free and interactive project diary. And then conduct 1 kick-off meeting. So my student conducting their kick-off meeting just around 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, using WhatsApp. Okay, when I see my learning objective, okay, I already design what type of instructional material I'm going to use. How is the learning process they are going to go through. Okay, so of course I need to do a video lecture. Okay, because one of my students don't have high internet connection, for him to join a video conferencing. Okay, and then we have next. Okay, this is for example, okay, the data that I get, okay, from a student, and for example lah, okay, a lecturer. Okay, device 100% have mobile phone, laptop 80%, tablet 10%. So you know your student have mobile phone 100%. Okay, so we know that 100%. So better we use 100% than we use 80%. Okay, because we want our class to be effective. Okay, if you use 80%, we have another, for example, 20% have tablet. Sorry, don't have for example, mobile phone. Mobile phone, of course they have tablet and so on. Okay, and then we have next internet connection. My student internet connection, we have Wi-Fi 50%, mobile data 100%. So 100% of my students have mobile data. Okay, so I already know when I do this analysis, so I know what I want to do based on my learning objective. Okay, so I have my learning objective, I analyze my student, so that's why I already in my mind what I'm going to do. Okay, And then the lecturer, okay, lecturer have all the device. And then internet connection just mobile data. Level of internet connection is medium and low. Mobile data is not what we call stable. Okay, we don't have the stable what we call internet level connection. Okay, the bandwidth is not stable. And their capabilities, for example, basic. Okay, I want to do all the basic. Okay, I know all the basic. Okay, for example, if you know or you have competency of advanced instructional, yes, you can use all the advanced instructional. Okay, but you have to look back your student. Okay, what are their capability? Okay, of their device, internet connection, level of internet connection or internet bandwidth. Okay, so you need to look back at your student. Okay, if you use advanced instructional material, okay, but cannot be used in a mobile phone. Okay, maybe it's not what we call stable for that device. Okay, so what you need to do is you have all the analysis, and don't forget your learning objective. Okay, we want our student to have this learning objective after our lesson. Okay, you can just create a simple learning objective, make them do a simple task. Okay, don't explain a project assumption, for example, for 2 hours. They need to explain. They need to do 20 minutes presentation. So you cannot do lots of learning objective. Okay, why? We don't want our student just listen to our lecture. Okay, then design. Okay, so after that you will design. After you analyze, okay, the student, the learning objective, the lecturer, okay, then you will design. Okay, so design, we have 3, okay, here. So I will share you these 3, just 3. Maybe some of you have more than this. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, this is not what we call compulsory or structured method or template. Okay, this is a sharing template. Okay, maybe you can what we call just download. Okay, and then or maybe you can just what we call copy this template, and then you can do whatever you want into this template. Okay, you can add or you can just delete whatever you are not doing that. Okay, platform. You are designing a platform. Platform is where you want to upload the material. Okay, or where you want to do what we call communication. Okay, so what platform you want to do engagement with student. Okay, so better you upload material and engage with student at the same platform. Okay, so that the material and student engagement are at the same level. Okay, so we don't want to upload material, for example, you upload in YouTube. Okay, you don't post your YouTube in WhatsApp, but you want student to what we call engage or ask question in WhatsApp. Okay, so you need to, for example, you upload in YouTube, ask your student to comment in your YouTube. Okay, create your own YouTube channel. Okay, now you have lots of YouTube channel. Okay, our student always refer to other lecturer YouTube channel. Okay, sometimes we don't know. Either our student understand our lecture or other people lecture. Okay, so YouTube channel, we have lots of YouTube channel. If you create your own YouTube channel, then the student will subscribe to the channel and always get your video, and also can comment on the video. They can interact in the video. Okay, not only your student, you also can share your YouTube channel with other students. Okay, not internationally, not just what we call in Malaysia, but also can share internationally, okay, globally. Okay, so to upload material, we have lots of platform. Okay, this is some of the platform. Okay, so if you have other platform, you can use it. Okay, for example, we have eLearn. Okay, sometimes eLearn have problem. Okay, sometimes we are tired to use eLearn, but you can still use eLearn. Okay, although you are using other platform. For example, okay, you are using blank space, you can just share the link of blank space in eLearn. Okay, so student just open the eLearn and click the link. Okay, also Google Drive, WhatsApp, Telegram. Okay, you just upload all the material in eLearn. Okay, but students are using other platform. Okay, much more better than eLearn, for example. Okay, but eLearn still you need to use because this is our USM platform. Okay, USM have put a lot of money to the eLearn, so you need to use eLearn. Okay, so if you use other platform, it's okay, but you have to upload the link. Okay, you can embed the link, or you can just upload a QR code. Okay, in the eLearn, for example, WhatsApp, just upload QR code or the link, then student will click, okay, on the link. Okay. Okay, you also can use email. For example, okay, Gmail. Okay, you have our USM email. Okay, you can upload that material, but you have to engage with email. Okay, but it is not what we call suitable, okay, to use email because we have other emails too. Okay, not the class email, but you can do a group email. Okay, for example, you want to have a group emails, so you can do the group emails, upload material. Okay, and then approach. So either synchronized or asynchronized. Okay, so the approach also need to have the activities. Okay, you need to design what activities the student are going to do in the synchronized or asynchronized approach. Okay, and then next, materials. Okay, for material, what application and technological tools that you are going to use. Okay, so if you want to use, make sure you use a simple, okay, application and technology tools and free. Okay, if you have grant or money to subscribe, okay, it's okay because there are lots of interactive features. Okay, if you subscribe. If you just go for basic or trial version, okay, we don't have the interactive features lah, or other features that can help you to engage student. Okay. Okay, so this is synchronized and synchronized. Okay, simple word is student learn at the same time, synchronized. Okay, student learn at the same time. For example, we have tutorial class 8 to 9. For example, today I have tutorial class 8 to 9 just now. Okay, so I want my student to learn at the same time. Okay, so what type of material that I'm going to use? What type of application or platform that I'm going to use? Okay, so I need to look back at my student analyze. I analyze student data here. Okay, for example, most of my students just have mobile data. So I want them to learn at the same time, 8 to 9. So I will use WhatsApp. Because when I use video conferencing, students are having problem. Okay, I don't want them to learn after 9, just 8 to 9. Okay, and everybody attending my class. Okay, so that is at the same time. Okay, not only video conferencing. Okay, you can see there examples. Video conferencing, live chat, live stream video. Live stream video means, for example, FB live, IG live. Okay, so that is live streaming video, stream video. Okay, if you want to use live stream video. Okay, if you don't want to use live stream video, you can just record your video lectures. Okay, but you post your video lectures, okay, at 8 o'clock in the morning. For example, my class is 8 until 9. So I post my video link, I give link to the student. I cannot upload a video in WhatsApp. Okay, it's very big. Okay, so I just post a link to my student in their WhatsApp group at 8 AM. Okay, so at 8, my student will watch the video lecture. Okay, until just in 20 minutes, after they watch the video lecture, they will engage. Why? Because I need to take attendance. Okay, so when they want their attendance to be taken, they need to ask question. Okay, or give comment, either one. Okay, and put their name and metric numbers. Okay, so they have another, for example, 40 minutes. Okay, to do the Q&A or discussion. Okay, so that happened at the same time. Okay, so student communicate in real time. So I ask my student to discuss. So they will discuss and I will facilitate. Okay, if they give a wrong answer, so I will give the right answer. I will correct it. Okay, so you just be a facilitator, but you need to be there 8 to 9. Okay, with your phone. If you have a laptop, you can use WhatsApp web. Okay, and then communication happen in real time, possibly more engaging and effective. Okay, allows for instant feedback and clarification. So 8 until 9, my class happen at the same time. My students communicate in real time. They are engaging and effective. Then allows for instant feedback and clarification. Okay, so my class finish at 9. That's it. Okay, after that they can answer the question if they have. Sorry, after that they can ask question. Okay, if they have another question. Okay, so that is synchronized. Synchronized is not just video conferencing. Okay, you can record your video lecture, give a link to your student at your class time, make them listen to your video lecture and then discuss on the class time. Okay, or give tasks. They need to complete the task after, in the class time. Okay, so student learn at the same time. Okay, and then is synchronized or synchronous. Okay, student learn at different time. Okay, it means communication is not live. Okay, for example, okay, you cannot do your class 8 to 9. Okay, because most of your students, okay, for example, they ask, okay, for another time of class, or you cannot commit on that time. Okay, maybe something happened, you need to move your class to another time. Okay, but you cannot move your class to another time. You can use asynchronous. Okay, for example, some of our students, they are line at a medium or low bandwidth when it is at night. Okay, when it is in the morning, evening, there is no line, no internet connection. They cannot communicate with WhatsApp. Okay, so they cannot communicate live. Okay, they can only have message. Okay, for example. Okay, so you can do asynchronous. Okay, just look back to your analyze. Okay, you analyze your student, how your student device internet connection, level internet connection. Okay, then only you can plan either synchronize or asynchronous. Okay, and then possibly more convenient, flexible, allow students to work at their own pace. Okay, for example, email, screen class, Flipgrid. Okay, so you post a video lecture and then you ask them to answer, to discuss, okay, or to answer a task, to complete a task. Okay, not discussing, because if you want student to discuss, it must be at the same time. Okay, if you don't want your student to discuss, give them a task. After they watch your video lecture, they need to complete the task and submit the task. Okay, we don't want to burden our student with a lot of tasks. Okay, maybe you can just give them time. For example, 1 to 2 days to complete the task. Okay, because their internet network connection they can upload, they can download the video, they can watch the video at night or early in the morning. Okay, so you can just give them what we call time to complete their work, okay, to watch the video lecture. Okay, so this is synchronized. Okay, but students have activity to do. Students have learning objective to achieve. Okay, they are not just listening. Okay, so it is just the same if you use synchronized or asynchronized. Okay, the matter most is our student needs. Okay, we don't want 10%, 20% of our student, okay, don't achieve the learning objective. Okay, they don't have what we call the material, the access. Okay, they don't have the communication live. They don't know what happened, for example. Okay, so it's just the same. You can either use synchronized or asynchronized. Okay, here we have a slide share here. Okay, so here I have a slide share. Okay, so okay, slide share here. Okay, so the slide share here. Okay, what you can do here, you can just click to the link. Okay, long link. Okay, this is the link for slide share. Okay, so you can just what we call click the link. Okay, then you can see how you are going to do, okay, the activities, okay, for synchronized and asynchronized. Okay, okay, so this one you can learn it, okay, explore. Okay, maybe can give you an idea. Okay, because the slide is very simple. Okay, this is what we need to do, explore. Okay, but we don't have time. Okay, we don't have time to read, we don't have time to explore because we have other workload. Okay, so this is just a sharing. Okay, so you can see here recommended, lots of other recommended slide. Okay, you can explore there. Okay, what is the activity, so that can give you an idea. Okay, so everything have pro and cons. Okay, so you need to look at the pro and cons and analyze that. Okay, but whatever it is, use a simple, okay, design. Okay, analyze your student and yourself. Okay, next. Okay, so then we go to design. Okay, this is an example of design, a platform to upload material. Okay, so I want to upload in Teams and WhatsApp. Okay, for example, my design, I have two. Okay, in case I cannot do video conferencing using Teams, okay, I want to do synchronized lesson using WhatsApp. Okay, so I upload in Teams first, and then if my student have problem, they don't have the internet bandwidth, high internet bandwidth, so I need to do in WhatsApp. So I will upload my video lecture in WhatsApp. Okay, at that time, for example, my class is at 5 until 7, so I will upload my video at 5 PM, for example. Okay, and then I design the approach, synchronize. So I will do two. Okay, synchronize is discussion. So after they watch my video lecture, they will discuss with me, ask question, and then I will end that session. Okay, give time for student to do group work. Okay, they still will communicate between each others. Okay, so they will complete the task until 7 PM, until my class end. Okay, And then we have here, if I want to do asynchronous, okay, so I will give them time to complete the work. Okay, for example, I give them 2 days, they need to complete the task. Okay. And then material, application and technology tools. Website, link, PowerPoint, video lecture, WhatsApp, Google, Hangout. So this one I would like to use. Okay, website link, I will give them. Okay, so they can explore. I give them PowerPoint, my video lecture PowerPoint. I give them the video lecture. WhatsApp, the platform I use. Google Drive, the platform student need to submit their task. Google Hangouts, if I want them to chat. Okay, if your, for example, if your WhatsApp, okay, is full already, okay, you have lots of hundreds of groups, okay, and then you want your big class to do a group, you can use Google Hangouts. Okay, Google Hangouts same as a WhatsApp also. Okay, you have chat room, you can create class, you can create group. Okay, and then you can share. Okay, so student can create their own group using Google Hangouts and share with you. And then you can facilitate student Google Hangout group. Okay, and then we have here top tools for learning.com. Okay, here, okay, you can look at this link. Okay, top tools for learning. Okay, so I post in here. Okay, we have top tools for learning. So you can just go to this website. Okay. Okay, for you to design what type of tools or application that you are going to use. Okay. So this can be, okay, a platform for you to explore. Okay, this is top 200 tools for learning 2019. Okay, this is research done by this what we call teams. Okay, so this is the ranking of the tools, and you can see the tools they already what we call classified it. Okay, for example, YouTube is a video platform. Okay, you can click here. Okay, at YouTube, and then they will give you comments, subscription, the cost here. Cost is free, availability must be online. Okay, and then the ranking, the comment about YouTube. Okay, description. So this is how you are going to use YouTube. They give you the tricks. Okay, how to go to YouTube, and then you can go to the YouTube website here. Okay, YouTube, you can do anything right now. Okay, you can do video lecture, you can do class in your YouTube channel. Okay, so this is YouTube. Okay, and then you can go to next one. Okay, we have Google search. Okay, up to 1 ranking. Okay, YouTube is the first ranking. Why? Because everything is online. Okay, everything is in YouTube. Okay, the viral video is in YouTube. Okay, and then Google search is the second. Okay, we want our student to explore. Okay, don't give them limitation of resource. Okay, you need to suggest to them a resource, then ask them to explore another resource. Okay, because nowadays Google search, anything Google. Okay, students are going to Google everything. Okay, they know everything with Google search. Okay, but we still need to facilitate them. Okay, for example, when they present, their presentation and their references is from Google. We need to look at their references. Is it valid? Okay, is it suitable? Okay, so you need. Okay, what you need to do is you need to facilitate them. Okay, whatever material they search for, they need to ask you, is it okay or not? Okay, so it's quite busy when you ask students to explore. Okay, because they will keep asking you a question. Okay, and you need to answer. Okay, and then the third one, PowerPoint and so on. So you can look here. If you want to use presentation apps, This is a presentation app, PowerPoint. Social networking, we have Twitter, okay, LinkedIn, and then Google Docs, file sharing, collaboration. Okay, so they already state here the tools. Okay, already classify the tools. Okay, so you can just go to these tools. Okay, and then click on that tools, and then you can see the description, and then you can see either it's free or not. Okay, for example, we have here. Okay, so this is what we are using right now. Okay, everything. Okay, so you can just click whatever you want. Okay, for example, Snagit a screen capture tools. Okay, you can go to Snagit. Okay, so here Snagit is a free trial. Okay, you need to download. Okay, free trial means after sometimes you need to purchase or to subscribe. Okay, so it's better for you to look at free download. Okay, and the cost is free. Okay, because this is for commercial, so you need to subscribe. Okay, so and then we have lots of other units too. For example, explore. Okay, we have 200 tools. Okay, we have Mentimeter here, iSpring, Google Scholar. Okay, so you Canva. Okay, so we have all the social bookmarking, social internet. You can give these to students, ask students to explore. Okay, but you have to facilitate them. Okay, ask them about the content they are going to use. Okay, the task they are going to complete. Okay, you need to facilitate them. Okay, give them resource and ask them to explore. Okay, and then we have next slide. Okay, develop. Okay, develop material. So develop material, we have application and technological tools. Okay, we have PowerPoint, video lecture, screencast, Somatic, Google Drive, folder, Google Hangouts. Okay, so develop means you need to create the material. For example, PowerPoint, you need to do the PowerPoint. Okay, student cannot do the content of PowerPoint. And then video lecture, you need to do it by yourself. Screencast using an application, Screencast-O-Matic, because it's free and it's 15 minutes. You have to develop a Google Drive folder. So student can, either you can upload the material in Google Drive folder, or either you can ask student to submit their task, okay, or assignment. Google Hangouts, you have to develop the group of Google Hangout so that student can chat there and you can facilitate them. Okay, because when we use other, for example, other platform, so that only focus on that topic. Okay, because your group WhatsApp, there is other things they will discuss there. Okay, but for that lesson or topic, you can use Google Hangouts. Okay, student can install their Google Hangouts in their phone. Okay, and then we have here the link. Okay, amazing education resources. So you can explore also. Okay, just 200 tools up there, and then you can explore this one. Okay, so this is the link. Okay, that you can explore. Okay, so you can just go to this link. Okay, and then you can see. Okay. Okay, go to this link. Okay, so this one, okay, also a platform or application that you can use. Okay, so just visit the resource, okay, and then you can use it. Okay, either it's free or subscribe, you need to read the description. Okay, so there are lots of resources or platform that you can use here. Okay, for mathematics, okay, they have also open learning other than MOOC. Okay, so you can see either is free or a free trial. Okay, so you can just visit the resource. Okay, Animoto, okay, just like Powtoon, it's also free. Okay, so student can use this one, okay, to complete their task. For example, you ask them to submit their assignment, okay, not in PDF anymore. Ask them to submit in a e-book, okay. So means their assignment will be in the interactive e-book, or ask them to submit in the form of animation video, okay. So they need to do animation video to submit their assignment, okay. So this also can be done, okay, because your marks is in the content, but we want our student to explore, okay, other what we call application. Okay, all these are template, so they don't need to do from scratch. Okay, so they already have the template. Okay, just they need to edit. Okay, maybe the cartoon. Okay, they need to edit something there. They can edit, just copy and paste their content. Okay, so this is other resources that you can use. Okay. Okay, next we have, okay, after we have developed the material, all the material we have developed, okay, this is a video conferencing, okay, for schools that I get from website of EduBlog, okay. So we have here, you can see Zoom, Teams, Meet and Webex, okay. So we have here, okay, Teams, okay, already USM have subscribed, so we can record. Okay, Zoom Pro only for live streaming. Okay, Webex live streaming, paid only. Okay, we can live streaming because this is for basic plan, free basic plan only. Okay. And then we have next, screencasting. This is for you to do a video lecture. Okay, so we will do this workshop, inshallah. Okay, for video, task-based video lecture. Okay, maybe we use this, all this screencasting. Okay, but the most I think free plans, okay, that I will use is Screencast-O-Matic because it's 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes is a very effective video lecture. Okay, if you do 1 hour or 2 hour video lecture, it is not effective. Student will get bored. So you need to make it into chunk. Okay, so 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes. So Screencast-O-Matic is very effective. But we will try another what we call a platform also, another apps, okay, software. Okay, next, implementation. So implementation, we have approach, platform and material. Implementation is your own design, what you want your student to do. Okay, I want approach student to watch the video lecture. I give the link in WhatsApp, discuss in WhatsApp group. Have flexible time, material and tools. Maksudnya, the student have flexible time for material and tools. They can explore any material and any tools. Okay. Platform, discuss in WhatsApp. Material, I will give them to implement PowerPoint slide. They need to watch. Okay. They need to refer to PowerPoint slide. And the student access suggested resource. Okay. Student will access all the website link I give to them. Explore other resources, okay, of the website, submit tasks in Google Drive folder, and then discuss complete tasks in Google Hangout. Okay, so this is the material, the implementation that I want my student to do. Okay, because teaching and learning is about our student. We want our student to achieve the learning objective. Okay. And then we have here evaluation material. I go use Google Drive and Google Hangouts. Okay, so this is very easy, okay, user friendly, and students don't complain about it. Okay, although they have a low bandwidth, okay, they still can upload their material there. Okay, And then we have the link here. Okay. So the link here is, okay, you can see this link. This link is what we call feedback evaluation form. Okay. This feedback evaluation form, you just copy and use this one to your student, and you can edit. Okay, just download and then edit. Okay, they already done to you. Okay, you just go to this form. Okay, and then okay, so this is a Google form. Okay, they will give to you. Okay, free, you can use it. Beginning of the day check-in. Okay, you want to see your student, what we call, how they are beginning of the day. Okay, and then end of the day. Okay, beginning of week, end of week. Okay, so this is, click here for the form. Okay, and then make a copy. Okay, so when you make a copy, so this will copy to your Google Drive. Okay, so this will be copied to your Google Drive. You have to check to your Google Drive. Okay, so they already do for you. Okay, first your student name, you can edit, ask for metric number, so you can metric. Okay, number. Okay, so student can do the metric numbers, and then their name, how they feel. Okay, are they ready to work? Okay, do work in the class, sleepy, upset, silly, sick. Okay, do you have anything to tell me? Okay, so we want our student to tell anything. Okay, if you want your student to tell something, you don't put the name. If you put the name, student won't tell anything. Okay, better you delete the name. Okay, or metric numbers. Okay, because our student will be keyboard warrior if there is no name. Okay, if there is a name, they will be silent, passive. Okay, but you the one who need to engage your student. Pose a question to your student, then your student will engage. Okay, ask question to your student. Ask your student to answer. Okay, so we need to what we call, motivate them, encourage them to engage. Okay, so this is what we call evaluation form. Okay, you can give to student. Okay, maybe we can analyze our student before class. Okay, so we know our student on that day, what kind of attitude they are having that day. Okay, so this is all the form. Okay, so you can see here how to edit and so on. They give you the tutorial step by step. Okay. Okay, so we have here evaluation. So we finish all the 5 phases of ADDIE model. Okay, so you need to evaluate your student task, your student assignment, your student after the lesson. Okay, you cannot just let the student go like that. Okay, keep silent because you don't know what our students are having right now. Okay, thinking right now. Okay, because this is PKP. Okay, are they stressed? Are they happy? Okay, so you need to know how to make them happy. Use the right instruction. Don't make them boring. Okay, just listen to your what we call video conferencing. Okay, and then okay, so we have another 10 minutes. Okay, 10 tips for virtual teaching and learning. Okay, this is last tips for you all. Okay, I get it from EduBlogs. Okay, encourage fun, play and activities. Okay, in online teaching and learning, you need to do activities. Okay, not only a video conferencing or only video lecture. Okay, you need to create fun. Okay, means ask them, give instruction, give resources, give material so student will explore. Okay, students are very excited when you give them to make animation, okay, apps, ebook. Okay, they're very excited on that. Okay, they're not boring because they can explore. Communicate clearly. Okay. Sorry. Communicate clearly and frequently. This is what you need to do. Student will always WhatsApp you. Okay, until night. Okay, on the weekdays, weekend. Okay. So whatever it is, okay, if you have time, you have to answer all the student question. Okay, because when we do online teaching and learning, student will ask more question than face-to-face in class. Okay, this is what happened to me lah. Okay, my experience, when in class, tutorial classes, they don't ask anything. But for online teaching and learning, okay, lots of question they are asking. Okay, and they discuss it. Okay, and their question is not just a basic or simple question. They ask question based on the video lecture. Okay, seek feedback. Okay, for student lah. Okay, because we are not schools. Okay, with family, sometimes family is involved in our student, but I think families did not involve. Okay, students are learning by themselves. Empower learner with choices. Give them choice. Don't limit. Okay, set up or adjust school guideline. Okay, this one USM already set up. Okay, our school already set up for us. Okay, so student already get the guideline. And then 6, ensure teacher well-being. This is us. Lecturer well-being. We need to be healthy. Don't stress. Make fun. Okay, online teaching and learning is not stress compared to face-to-face teaching and learning. Okay, but we have to make fun. Okay, this is new norms. Okay, we are going for new norms. Okay, and then consider student and family well-being. Our student, are they okay? Okay, some of our students are stressed because their what we call internet bandwidth is very slow, and then they cannot do the what we call video conferencing. Okay, they cannot complete the task. Okay, they don't know how to ask. Okay, so student become stressed. Okay, so we need to consider our student well-being. Embrace the online community. Okay, and then keep your class connected. Keep it simple. Okay, just use a simple instruction. Okay, if you use just WhatsApp, okay, it can be a lesson for you. Okay, 1 lesson, 2 hours lesson using WhatsApp. Okay, so you don't need to do just video conferencing for a lecture. Okay, and then we have here the last one is thank you for your attention. Happy fasting and have a nice day. Okay, if you have any question, you can just go to this link. Okay, and then I can answer your question. Okay, inshallah. Okay, maybe CDAE will do a chat or any for feedback. Okay, so maybe I will answer your question and give the answer to all the question, and the CDAE will what we call email to all the participants here. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. Okay, designing your what we call online teaching and learning. Okay, make sure you analyze first all the information, then you can design. Okay, using all the tools, just a simple tools. If you use one tools, WhatsApp, it's okay, but you need to do a video lecture. Okay, so that's all from me. Okay, all the good thing is from Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and all the mistakes and the wrong thing is from me. Okay, thank you everybody for your attention. Okay, happy fasting and have a nice day.